What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Barrel Podcast. And today we got the film room episode on a matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. And in today's film room episode, we want to focus on the Bears offense specifically. You want to look at mostly all of the pass plays of the Bears against the Washington Commanders on Thursday night. Want to look at how Luke Getsy put his players in certain situations and if he did call some good plays or not, or did he call the right plays in the right situation. We want to look at that today. Also, Justin Fields, how did quarterback one perform? He had some ups, he had some downs, but overall put his heart into this game. Offensive line, how did they protect him? Spoiler alert, not that well. And then also the wide receivers, we want to look at how they got separation. And then lastly, the tight ends and running backs as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it and start off with this week's film room. And now in the film room, we want to start off obviously with the first drive of the Bears of the entire game. In this situation, we got a 1st and 10, and we always want to look at the play first of all before we want to break it down. Bears started off with a pass, but this time Justin Fields decides to pull it, which was smart in this situation. I mean, when we look at the play overall, I think it was a designed fake screen, wide receiver screen. As you'll see, it looks like it's a designed screen to EQ. Overall, for start of the game, I think it's a great concept by Luke Getsy, just trying to start aggressive, pushing the ball down the field. You'll see just Cole Kmet motioning over right there for a 3-by-1 formation. And then you will see EQ, who's about to just run that quick little now route that's just tunnel screen type of thing that he doesn't do, or which is not the design play at the end of the day. You will see Darnell Mooney act as a blocker working towards that safety and then just run a, wheel route, somewhat of a go route, fade route, whatever. And then also Cole Kmet in there acts like a blocker and just goes out there in the seam with that seam route right here. And on the backside, we will have just Dante Pettis with a quick little block and sit right there as a check down. And overall, like I said, great concept, fake tunnel screen, and the seam and the check down are both open for me right there, as you'll see in a second. A really good play call to start it off, but just this time, no time in the pocket for Justin Fields to start off the game. Obviously not great. You design a well play, and then the offensive line just can't hold up for a damn second. I mean, when we look at the goal line angle, there's something unfortunate in there as well, but when you look at it, definitely Dante Pettis is open. I mean, Mooney. Justin Fields already has to escape the pocket nonetheless as well, but Dante Pettis would have been open. And when you look at Cole Kmet right there, I know it's not super open because you got the safety lurking and this guy coming over, but there is a window. That's an NFL type of throw that he should be possible to make. I mean, Justin Fields is a great quarterback if put in the right situation, but right there, Braxton Jones speed at the first play. Justin can't get it off, but does a great job at escaping the pressure and just running for 8 yards on 1st and 10. Sets up a nice second down, so great job right there. And the big problem right there is just with Pettis and Braxton Jones. Braxton Jones probably has, it looks like Montez Sweat in that situation, but Dante Pettis, who acts like a blocker for a split second, pushes him into the gap, which looks kind of funny because Braxton is about to block him, and right there, Pettis just pushes him inside like it was trying to help him to get to Justin Fields. Worked out perfectly. Pressure on Fields, but great job at escaping the pocket right there by quarterback one, as the Bears will then face a 2nd and 2. And this time decide to pass it once again. This time we have a completion to wide receiver one, Darnell Mooney right there. Just simple, easy concept on 2nd and 2. Absolutely love it. When we look at it, we will have just a dig by EQ over the middle. Then we'll have the tight end, in this case Cole Kmet, with another seam. He ran a lot of seam routes this game. He was potentially open for a split second, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's good that Justin knows his down and distance in this situation at least, and just takes the hitch to Darnell Mooney here. You have 2nd and 2. You only need a 3-yard route to get it. You have leverage. So good read by Justin. As you'll also have Treston Ebner, I think it is, with just a motion out and then turns it into a route into the flats. But great decision by Justin Fields. Easy read, easy pitch and catch. Good scheme as well by Luke Getsy. Props to him. Multiple guys open, and then just an easy completion right there. As for the end zone angle, we see the offensive line. You look at number 70 on the left side of the offensive line. He struggles again right there. Gets pushed back almost into Justin Fields, and that just was like the information indication early on in the game that this was about to be a bad game by him. But what I also love about this throw is just the placement by Justin when you look at it. Towards the outside shoulder, away from the defender, really nice throw and completion right there. And with that being said, let's actually jump on to the next play. So now we're later into the first drive of the Bears, and now we have a 1st and 10 situation. Bears this time decide to go with a play action pass, and this one is kind of tough for me because for me this one is on Justin Fields. He gets sacked right there, but for me really that's not really a coverage sack. It's just Justin Fields holding on to the ball too long and not letting it rip, which at times just happens with him. It's still a learning curve, but man, he really has to make that throw or at least take a shot at it, give your guy a chance. As for the routes on this one, it's a good scheme, I think. You get guys one-on-one in this situation. You have a stacked box, and you will just have a simple combination right there. Darnell Mooney on the backside with just the in route or dig route 10 and in, and Cole Kmet with a deeper crossing route, and then EQ I think is about to block in there. Yeah, he motions in and blocks, and when you look at it, I mean, good sell overall. You have a heavy box, and right there, you have Darnell Mooney over the middle. Just lead him to this space, right? Throw it right away. You have time in the pocket. He has a clean pocket on this one. He just has to let it rip and get his guy a chance on 1st and 10. I mean, obviously, there's no chance he gets it to Kmet in a positive way, or to the check down right there to EQ, who blocks and then goes into the flats. But right there, you just have to let it rip. Trust your own throw. Trust your wide receiver, which is Darnell Mooney in this case. So I would trust him if I trust anybody on that offense, receiving-wise. Overall, just this time, not getting rid of the ball, holding on too long to it, and then getting sacked. This one not on the offensive line. When we look at the end zone angle, they do a great job at protecting right there. I mean, they got lots of protectors in there too, but right there, super clean pocket. At this point, you can already let it rip. Goes back to his reads, which is great. Goes through Kmet, comes back to Darnell Mooney. Still has a super clean pocket, just doesn't let it rip over the middle, and then has to escape and get sacked by, I think it's Efe Obada. So European player right there. Shout out to him. As we'll then have a 2nd and 19 after this sack. This time we'll have almost completion to Darnell Mooney, tries to find him, but once again, just an off throw by Justin Fields. Has kind of a bad stretch to start off this game, but it was like that against the Vikings too, and he bounced back, and so does he do in this game. But just the Bears weren't able as an entire offense to score in this game overall. As for the concept, 2nd and 19, long down in distance, we'll just have two deep sit routes or curl routes right there by EQ and Darnell Mooney, and then the two inside guys, slot guys, in this case Wesco and Cole Kmet, both act like blockers and then get out into the flats with a flat route as checkdowns. I think overall an okay play call. I would have loved to give him some more options in the passing game, but it's a coverage beater. It worked out. In my opinion, I mean, Darnell Mooney on the top of the screen really gets open right there. That's good enough separation. He just has to put it on him. Bad throw by Justin Fields in this one. He has a clean pocket. And, I mean, I don't know if it was batted in some kind of way, but it definitely didn't look like it. So it just has to get a better throw off right there. It happens still. Good decision, though. So his throw might have been off, but the decision at the end of the day was good. He found Darnell Mooney and tried to get it on him, just off this time. I don't know if he saw that linebacker and wanted to put it more towards the right. Maybe he just could have put it over his head, but by the end of the day, it was still a good decision. It just couldn't hit Darnell Mooney on this one, as we'll then have a 3rd and 19, obviously, after the incompletion, and this time Justin Fields will get sacked again. This is not really on the offensive line too much. The Bears just tried to get a screen in there. You will see it from this angle too. And yeah, I mean, for me, the play call is more of the bigger problem. They locked this down right there. You'll see just David Montgomery right there act like a blocker and then go out there for the screen. but linebackers entirely there knew it was coming, and this is just too obvious by the Bears. I don't love this play call. We always call screens on 3rd and long. I absolutely hate it, especially when we're in our own half of the field. So Luke Getsy just has to trust his quarterback, who can make special plays with his legs and can let it rip as well. So I don't understand what he did right there. Not a great call on 3rd and 19, and the Bears were forced to punt on their first drive. As we'll now move on to the drive number 2 for the Bears offense. Bears start off 1st and 10. We want to look at this situation right here. Play action pass. Bang, Justin gets out, and this is an incredible throw by Justin Fields. Tight window to Cole Kmet. We can look at the route combinations or the scheme overall, the play. First of all, which is pretty simple, you will have 2 tight ends right there. Trayvon Wesco, I think it is, will just move over and block right there, and then Cole Kmet, who's about to get open, just runs a simple over route. And then on the wide receiver side right there, we'll have a motion pre-snap by EQ, and as soon as the ball is snapped, he will just act as a clear route, as a distraction for the defense, and then Darnell Mooney as well in there with just somewhat of a corner post route. And yeah, great concept to start off this one. Bears are a run-heavy team. You give them a heavy formation, get out of it with a play action pass. Great stuff right there. Tight window throw. We will look at it from the end zone angle too, but really love this one. Perfectly placed over the defender right there. Right here over this defender, perfect in this window right here. Great throw by Justin Fields, and just a clutch throw on 1st and 10 to get the first down. And from the other angle, we can also see just this is what you get when you give him a clean pocket. I mean, this one is obviously play action, so not too much of protection going on by the offensive line. They don't have to block an actual pocket for him. But right there, love that he sets his feet before he throws it. Doesn't do any off-balance type of stuff. Just secure, throw, set your feet, and then make sure you get it over this defender's heads. Perfectly done by Justin Fields. Absolutely love this throw by him to get the first down. And now we want to look at a situation later that drive. This is an actual 2nd and 8 play. And this one is an interesting one too, because Justin Fields is about to hit a beautiful play action pass to Dante Pettis, who has a really strong game. Had a really strong game. And on this one, I just absolutely love the connection between Pettis and Justin Fields. We will have a motion over by Darnell Mooney right away. And when we look at the play, first of all, before we want to watch it again, we will just have 2 simple routes. We'll have Darnell Mooney, who just motioned over, who's about to run a deep over route, and then just a simple over the ball route where he sits right above the center right there by Dante Pettis. Great job by him. Sees that Justin Fields is in trouble, tries to get away from him, and just big awareness play, goes to the sideline, which is easier for Justin Fields in that case. The middle is covered. So great job by Dante Pettis at just reacting to the play, doing something afterwards. And then right there, Justin Fields sees it right away. Great just connection right there. And good throw by Justin Fields, getting hit in there too. So love it, standing in there, getting hit, good release. Love the throw, love the decision. I mean, he only has 2 receivers in that case right there, but really good one when we look at it here. Good slide protection and there. Good find, good catch. Turns it up the field a bit. Love this one by Dante Pettis and Justin Fields. And now for the second drive, we also have to obviously look at how this drive actually ended. And it did not end in a good way. It was a good drive for the Bears. The Bears mixed up pass and run well, had some good completions to Dante Pettis and Cole Kmet, and the drive ends on this one. Interception, I think it is. Allen, actually, the defensive lineman for the Commanders with the interception. I think overall, I'm okay with the play call. It's a good play call. It's a good decision by Justin Fields too. I mean, we were probably seen it right away in game 2 with EQ being wide open, but at the end of the day, it was a good decision by Justin Fields. I'm fine with it. You have EQ and Cole open. EQ is running Cole Kmet is running a dig route. EQ is going into the flats. He was open too, and then the other 2 guys, Darnell Mooney, is just about to run a over route or somewhat of a clear route in there, and then also Dante Pettis, who's just running somewhat of a sit route as well. I think it's a good decision to throw to Cole Kmet, who does a great job at getting open. Love his route right there. bit of a push off, but that's okay. Just run a harder route. Good decision. There's leverage. He's open. If you lead it right there into this space, that's an easy catch for the tight end, and that would be a touchdown. There you see also EQ, but that was just not his pre-snap read, so that's something we have to live with it. He has probably two options on this play. Go with the left side with the tight end who's one-on-one, or somewhat of that pick route side with Darnell Mooney taking away that defender and Pettis as well for that open flat route, but he decided to go with the one-on-one. It was a good decision, but ball was thrown against the helmet of Efe Obada and then got tipped or in the air and was intercepted by the defensive lineman. This one is on Justin Fields. Honestly, the ball needs to get over the D lineman's head. It's just that simple, but I still like the decision. There you have it. Just throw it in there. That's an easy touchdown, so great decision. Just has to throw it a bit higher right there. Bounces off, interception, but still, I'm fine with the play call. I think it's not a bad one, and just didn't end well for the Bears for this one. So now moving on to the Bears' third drive on offense. This is right after the Khalil Herbert 64-yard big play run. Great run by him, and the Bears started off with the first and goal. And this is just, once again, red zone struggles for the Chicago Bears offense. This one, really loved this by Justin Fields simply, but as for the rest of the play, it just didn't work out for the Bears as they planned it to. We'll just have a heavy formation with three tight ends in there. The only one that's about to go on a route is Cole Kmet, just a out route, and on the other side we'll have Darnell Mooney just with a simple dig route, and also Khalil Herbert will go into the flats immediately, but they didn't bite on the play action. They read that all the way. Someone is on Khalil Herbert right away right there. They saw that miles coming from miles away, and then at the end of the day, just exclusive. Incredible ability from Justin Fields to extend the play, evade the pressure, and at least get a yard out of it. That just once again shows what type of a player he is. Has some eyes in the back of his head, senses the pressure, but by the end of the day, it was only a yard, which is not great in the red zone. Really would have liked to start it off actually running it against this front, which is a great front, man. They really provided some issues for the Bears offense, but I thought we should have pounded it more in the red zone. We didn't do that, and we just saw the result of that, just not getting any yardage, as we'll then have a second and goal. This time the Bears decided to run it, give it to Khalil Herbert, and for me, we can watch the replay this one. We won't talk about it too much, but for me, for Luke Getsy, I really would have liked the Bears just to simply stick with your I formation, get Khari Blasingame in there like the first couple of weeks. That really worked out for them, and I don't know why, but they went away from it the last couple of weeks. I really don't love this, so hopefully they get back to it later on as well. And this one is the big controversial one. Justin Fields misses a wide open Ryan Griffin there. Play design-wise, one of the most beautiful plays the Bears ever shown us this year in the red zone. Probably the most beautiful play call we've seen in the red zone this year. We'll just have a clear route, which is just an inside release out by Darnell Mooney, which just distracts the safety away from the play. And then we'll have play action. And then beautiful sell by right here, number 84, Ryan Griffin, who just simply runs in or out there, acts like a blocker, and then just goes out somewhat into the flats or is the whatever it is as of a route, but he just gets out there. Beautiful job at acting like a blocker right here. There he is, and Justin Fields just misses him. Beautiful sell with these reverses. They totally fell for it. He's wide open, and I don't even know who to blame for it on this one, right? It could be Justin Fields. It doesn't have to be him, because Ryan Griffin really runs weird in this situation. It looks ugly how he runs this route. By the end of the day, I don't want to blame Justin Fields on it. I thought he could have made a better throw, just an easier throw, just lob it up there and don't throw it with that much zip. But also really weird route running right there by Ryan Griffin. So by the end of the day, it doesn't matter who made the mistake, but the big thing is the Bears couldn't execute with a wide open situation in the red zone, which is obviously the biggest problem at the moment. The execution is just not there. If it's the offensive line or just players not connecting, if it was a miscommunication or not, doesn't matter. That just has to simply be a touchdown right there. And that's just a big time miss for the Bears offense in the red zone. And then on third and goal, we will have just, tight windows only, not a lot of open guys. The one guy I maybe would give a shot is EQ right there. Not as much separation as on the Darnell Mooney route earlier where he didn't pull the trigger, but I mean, give your guy a chance. It's 3rd and goal. You're still some yards away from the end zone. Justin decides to pull it, not pull the trigger, pull it by himself, run it, and gets to the 1 yard line. Bears decide to go for it on 4th and 1 and didn't convert. Obviously, just a very poor day overall. Pocket on this one is kind of good. Like, he has time right there. He could have easily fired that into EQ's hands. We can look at the route combination for a second as well. I have it on here too. It's just EQ with a dig route and then just a simple fade route by both outside receivers in this situation. Like I said, I really thought he could have easily put that into EQ's hands, give him a shot, but didn't pull the trigger, ran it himself, but the Bears couldn't convert in that situation. And like I said, pocket was okay. Braxton Jones got beat a bit again. Like, he had a super rough day against Montez Sweat right there, but holds up well enough. And then Justin goes out of the pocket, but the Bears couldn't convert this drive into any points. As we'll now have the 4th drive of the Bears offense. The Bears started off on 1st and 10. We want to look at this situation, and this is Justin Fields to Darnell Mooney. Beautiful beautiful route by wide receiver 1 Darnell Mooney. When we look at it, we all have a motion over by EQ right there into a 2x2 formation. And then for the routes, we'll just have Dante Pettis with a dig route. That route was really ran often and in a super deep, almost 20-yard out by Darnell Mooney, who just runs it beautifully, perfectly made. And then you'll have Trayvon Wesco, who motions over as a blocker, and then EQ, who is just about to run a route into the flats as a check down. And I mean, overall, love the timing on this throw. One of the better throws of the entire day. Right there, as soon as he releases, Mooney's not even on his break. So love this connection between wide receiver 1 and quarterback 1, and then gets out there in his break. Great route right there, super open, and then just beautiful connection, perfect timing, great throw, great catch. 1st down, Chicago Bears. Absolutely love this one. As we'll then have the end zone angle on this one too. Clean pocket once again, really. I mean, not really clean pocket, but enough time with the play action for him. That's Cole Kmet against Montez Sweat. That's a big mismatch as well, but he has enough time, gets hit right there, which is potential helmet to helmet in there as well, or just roughing the passer for me, honestly, because he right there hits Fields after the throw is off into the helmet, but that's up to the refs. But by the end of the day, beautiful connection by Fields and Mooney, one of the best throws of the day. As for the next situation that we want to look at, we have a 3rd and 3, and this time we'll have just Justin Fields with a very poor decision, probably his last really bad decision of the entire game, in my opinion. But this one really hurt, I think, everybody that was watching the game live, because everybody saw it underneath right there. Just misses a open Dante Pettis and tries to give a shot to Darnell Mooney. For me, in this situation, you just have to know you're down in distance. Earlier this drive, we were in a 2nd and 2 situation, and he took Darnell Mooney with the hitch route. Great understanding of the situation, getting a new set of downs. And on this one, it's even more crucial because it's a 3rd down. You will have Dante Pettis, who comes wide open on this quick little shallow route, but he doesn't see him or doesn't want to take it. I don't know what he saw on there. As for the rest of the guys, we'll have a over the ball by Cole Kmet. Darnell Mooney just with a go route, and then also EQ with a deep over route. I mean, I understand why he took the throw, because Mooney was 1-on-1, but by the end of the day, like I said, know you're down in distance, take the easy yards. Pettis wide open right there, and just extend the drive and give you a new set of downs. I mean, look at that. That is wide open right there, wide open over the middle, and he decides to go with the 1-on-1, which is okay on 1st and maybe 2nd down, but not on 3rd and 3, where you really need to extend that drive. So didn't love that by Justin Fields right there, but also offensive line once again beat right there, especially the left side struggle with Lucas Patrick and Braxton Jones. Just these quick little stunts really get them all the time right here. one guy takes on two guys and then the other rusher just has a free rushing lane. That worked out perfectly. Lucas Patrick beat, and Justin Fields gets hit a bit, not massively, but I mean, that was definitely a part of this play as well. So now the next drive that we want to look at is drive number 5 for the Bears. Last one stalled on third down with Justin Fields missing that Dante Pettis ball. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 9 after the Bears started off with a run. This one, really good decision by Justin Fields. It's just a simple option for him, attacked, just screen right there on this play. You have leverage right there for Darnell Mooney, as you'll see how the defense just lines up against the offense. You have tons of leverage and space right there between Mooney and the safety, I think, in this case. And you'll have a designed run play, but Justin Fields just reads that, sees that he has leverage, and then it's just an easy block and out route screen for Darnell Mooney. Take the easy yards on 2nd and 9, 5 yards, easy one. I think an okay block by EQ right there, holds it well, and then, Darnell Mooney for a couple of yards. Really like that decision. Small play, but good decision by Fields. Really love this one. As the Bears will then face a 3rd and 4 as we see that play once again. And on this 3rd and 4, we'll have just bad protection. That's all it is for the Bears. It was really coming along as the game moved on because the Bears' offensive line struggled this game. But man, how bad it has gotten later on was really ridiculous. As for the play right there, you just see Justin Fields unable to get rid of that ball. You'll have a motion in by Cole Kmet, and then for the routes, we'll have 2 over routes by Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. A shorter one by Kmet and a deeper one by Mooney. A deep over route to the other side of the field by EQ. And then just an outside release go by Dante Pettis. First of all, I want to say really nice route by Dante Pettis. He had such a great game overall. Right there, that's open. That's a throw he could have taken, but I mean, there's 2 guys he really could take. You have, first of all, Cole Kmet, who gets open over the middle, and Dante Pettis as well. I mean, obviously, with just the drive before, I think he learned that he wants to take the shorter routes, right? Wants to go with the over route on 3rd and 4. You can hit Kmet early right away right there. Just step out of your drop back and just let it rip to Kmet, but Justin still keeps it and then gets hit as he throws, or pressured as he throws. When you look at it from the other angle, Mooney is not really open right there, but O-line struggled massively, especially right there. Tevin Jenkins allows a pressure, and that's also a question with the play calling right on this one, because it's a 7-step dropback. A 7-step dropback on a 3rd and 4 situation. Why don't you give him at least just a 5-step, 3-step, quick drop, whatever? I mean, 7 steps takes so long and is such a tough task for the offensive line. So they get beat right there, Tevin Jenkins and Braxton Jones. And yeah, for me, I think Justin Fields could have done a better job right there. Just hit Cole Kmet right there underneath. He has good leverage. Just hit it. First down, easy. Could have been a better decision, but also not the greatest protection on a not well call by Luke Getsy as well. So the Bears are going 3 and out on this drive. So now we're already on to the next drive, which is drive number 6, the end of half drive for the Chicago Bears. Somewhat of a 2-minute drill on this one, and this is very interesting for the Bears. They couldn't convert it, but they had some really good plays in there and some really bad ones. This one, spectacular route by Dante Pettis, who really impressed me in this game. The result of the entire play was just Justin Fields scrambling, but please take a look at Dante Pettis. He's right there at the top of the screen. He's about to run a beautiful 10-and-in dig route right there. Then you have Darnell Mooney with just a seam, whatever, go fade from that bunch formation, and then you'll have EQ with a deep over route as well, and then Monty is going into the flats, and Cole Kmet on the other side, I think it's Cole Kmet, is running just a simple shallow cross. And for me, look at this route by Dante Pettis. This is open, just no time for Justin Fields. It's obviously an issue, but right there, what a route by Dante Pettis. Absolutely insane. right there. Just totally cooks this cornerback, is wide open over the middle, but Fields already has to escape. Maybe you would have liked him to just keep his eyes down the field, but there's also pressure from behind, so it's very easy to say that. But right there, beautiful job by Dante Pettis at getting open, just the offensive line not giving enough time in this situation, as the Bears will then face a 2nd and 10 for this one. Oh, yeah, we see this angle again to just the offensive line right there. Again, stunt. This quick little stunt move, this time it's not the edge coming to the inside, it's just edge coming to the inside right away, and then the interior defensive lineman getting out there. Yeah, just easy against them. Braxton gets pushed back, pressure right there for Justin Fields, has to escape the pocket. It's just the same stuff over and over again, and let me tell you, it's not getting any better. On this one, 2nd and 10, same thing, another stunt from the right side of the play. This time Lucas Patrick beat. It's just Allen and Sweat beating up the offensive line for the entire 60 minutes of this game. You can watch it, this combination, that beautiful combination by the Bears O-line, not again, and you'll just have that stunt again. It just works for them the entire game. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right there. Easy one-on-one, pushes back Lucas Patrick into the end zone almost, and Justin Fields has to escape, gets some yards back, which is great, 4 yards overall, but man, he was having a rough game with this type of offensive line. It must be so annoying out there, and then we'll have a 3rd and 6. This time, just good pass pro, but as soon as the Bears have good pass pro, just no receiver is getting open right there. You can watch it. There's not really one guy you want to throw this to. He's getting locked up. He's getting locked up. He's getting locked up. You maybe can throw Cole Kmet over here into the flats. This is the only open route that he possibly has. But overall, all the wide receivers are getting clamped. Good protection this time. And then Justin Fields is just able to scramble right there and get the first down, which is great, obviously. But man, it's either the offensive line doing their job or Justin Fields or the wide receivers. The entire offense is just a straight mess out there, especially in the red zone. They were able to move the ball in this game, but man, it's so frustrating overall to watch this offense play. I can't tell you enough how it's just the same thing over and over again. It seems like with the Bears, we can never have beautiful offensive football. Maybe next year, hopefully with a better roster, but at the moment, we're just not there yet. Let's hope they bounce back against the Patriots, but man, that's a tough defense as well, as you'll then have a 1st and 10 again. This time, simply Lucas Patrick beat again. You have Dante Pettis open right away. Good route by him, good speed to get away from the defender, but right there, Lucas Patrick, who had a very bad game, easily gets beat. And don't get me wrong, that's a freaking good defensive line. That's Daron Payne. That's another 1st-round pick by them. They get just around our offensive linemen so easily. It's incredible. But man, they played some talented defensive lines, and they did not struggle as much as in this game. This was really horrible, as the Bears then have a 2nd and 10. Just right there before the half ends, they try to just get in there with an Hail Mary, and they set it up with this play right there. Overall, I think it's a good one. You can work with that. That's a great throw on the run by Justin Fields. I also love the route by Dante Pettis. You'll have just a go route by EQ. Darnell Mooney is about to run a out route, and then Cole Kmet is going into the flats, and on the other side you'll just have Dante Pettis again with a dig route, and also David Montgomery going out there as well as running back. Really good route by Dante Pettis again. Love the release, gets open right there, beautiful job. And then Justin Fields on the run, beautiful completion, takes a hit. That's a tough quarterback right there, and just makes a great throw to set up that that Hail Mary try. Right there, stands in there, escapes the pocket, throws it perfectly across his body, which is a dangerous throw across his body, laid over the middle, but good job this time. Special throw, great catch by Dante Pettis. So now the first half is finally over, and we want to move on to the second half, which is an interesting one because, the Bears were just not able to do a whole lot more in this half, to be honest. But we got a touchdown in there, which is great. Starting off the first drive of the Bears' second half, we want to start off with this 2nd and 8 play, which is just once again Braxton Jones getting killed out there. For the play itself, for the scheme itself, Justin Fields just trying to get his playmaker a shot. Outside release go by Darnell Mooney here. This is the route that he tries to hit. Then we'll have another seam route by Cole Kmet, and then also EQ with a just 12-yard curl, I think it is. And also it is Monty into the flats, but man, just no time right there. Braxton Jones beat by Montez Sweat. He was absolutely killing him all game long. Just couldn't stand up against his bull rush, which was basically it. He just turned speed into power and then pushed him back into the quarterback, which was as simple as that. But right there, easily better placement by the hands and then gets beat right there, pushed back. Really, Braxton Jones' biggest game or biggest struggle game that he had so far. Hopefully it's just a wake-up call, as we'll then have a 3rd and 8, and this is a good design. I mean, obviously it's once again a screen, which is not great, but just give Velus Jones Jr. the ball. He struggled on special teams, but man, as soon as he has has the ball in his hands, he's just explosive, man. He finds some open lanes, makes some people miss, and gets this first down, which is beautiful. As the Bears then have a 1st and 10, David Montgomery run right there, I formation. Didn't do too much in there as well. I mean, he just didn't have any big rushing lanes in there. We don't have to look at that again. And then we'll have a 3rd and 3. Bears 2nd and 7, 3rd and 3 is following after that. But right there, beautiful completion to Darnell Mooney. Good design right there. We saw it earlier as well against leverage. Just quick little short play right there to just get a conversion on 2nd and 7, get some yards back. That's not well drawn. You will have just Darnell Mooney with that sit route or hitch, more like of, and then that climb route by Cole Kmet, and then also Amir Smith-Marset with the 10 and in. Good decision right there. Don't necessarily love the stare down by Justin Fields because he looks at him the entire time. Maybe can look away a safety or a player if he looks into the other direction for a quick second. But good decision, fired in there, open guy, take the yards with you, and just a good play overall by the Bears. As we then have a 3rd and 3. This time we will have some David Montgomery action with just a pitch play, 13 yards, beautifully done, good blocks, and just magic by our running back. Love this one by David Montgomery. As we will then have, we can skip this again, have a 1st and 10. Bears try a play action pass, and this actually works out. This actually works out for the Bears this time. When you look at it, beautiful pitch fake, and then just wide open Darnell Mooney. Beautiful concept, great call, just right there. You have some heavy runs. You sold it just right away. Had a pitch play right before that, acting like you're going with it again, just the opposite direction. They fall for it, and then just Mooney wide open right there with the crossing route. We will also have the tight end Wesco in there, who just runs a clear route, and I think it is whoever it is it? Right there. I don't know who it is. It looks like Pettis, Amir Smith-Marset, whoever, just runs a clear route as well. Wide open right there. Love this one. Easy throw on the run and just get your quarterback comfortable. Good call overall. As we'll then have a 1st and 10 afterwards. As you'll see it again from the end zone angle. Great sell. Good throw. Little bit of a sidearm and then gets it into Mooney's hands. Good call right there. And then, like I said, we'll have 1st and 10. This time, Equanimous St. Brown with a just wide receiver reverse play. Doesn't get a lot of yards right there. I would have loved to have a guy like Velus Jones Jr. in there who gets that play, right? He's a bit more explosive than EQ. He's just a better blocker and receiver at the moment. But just give it into someone who's more explosive. even though I like EQ as a player, don't get me wrong, as you'll then have the big one, the big touchdown by Justin Fields. Absolutely love this one. It's just fast offense, playing smarter than your opponent. Caught them substituting at the top of the route. Oh, that was too far. Caught them substituting right there at the bottom, at the top of his screen right there. Two guys trying to run out and substitute as the Bears already snapped the football. Great play right there. As for the routes, it's just all out goes. 4 verticals. You have Mooney, Kmet, EQ, and also Dante Pettis all on go routes. And then Dante Pettis, great job, great speed to break away from the defender, and also incredible catch and concentration. But man, what a throw by Justin Fields, getting hit still, and still made that throw, which was incredible, leading it away from the defender towards the sideline. Great accuracy, incredible football, probably his best throw all season. Just look at that. Beautiful placement right in the bucket. Corner of the end zone, beautiful execution by the offense, and just a well-deserved touchdown. And this was a great way to start off the first drive of the Bears offense, and now we want to move on to the second drive of the second half for the Bears, starting off with a 3rd and 8 situation, and this one was really tough. I mean, overall, play design-wise, I think it was really an okay one. You go all out sticks basically, or curls, just to beat that zone coverage. You'll have a good route by Dante Pettis again. Really like this one again. And then also the most wide open one for me, or most open one, is probably EQ right there on the bottom of the screen. And then just everybody is running basically 12-yard curls. And yeah, as you'll see the play develop, the only one you could possibly throw it to was EQ, but there was just simply no time. Right there, EQ is open. Maybe if he sees it right away, he can stand in there and throw it. But man, once again, just a linebacker this time who was brought on a blitz gets right in there as a free rusher. This one was probably the most open guy. Like I said, it was an okay concept, but just no time for Justin Fields to make that throw. And then when you look at the end zone angle as well, bad protection, just Tevin Jenkins misses the blitzing linebacker. He wants to get off of his man and tries to get him, right? But just can't do it. But then Justin Fields, magic. That's why he's so incredible. Crazy scramble by him for that first down. Really just representative of what a player Justin Fields is. And then later that drive, second drive of the Bears offense, the Bears will go out 3rd and 1 situation. This time Justin Fields sacked, and it's just simply Braxton Jones getting beat right off the snap. It's just way too easy. I mean, route combination-wise, I also didn't love this call. On 3rd and 1, it's just way too many routes into one side. You'll have just an over-the-ball route by Dante Pettis, which is okay. And then basically all over routes towards the right sideline. You'll have Mooney who motions over. He's going to run a deeper over as well, and then you'll have Cole Kmet who runs a shallow to the other side. But man, they clamped that. I would have liked something different in that situation, but whatever. That was the call to work with. No guy is really open, but like I said, once again, to start it off right away, he just gets beat. That's simply it. Offensive line just not holding up. Montez Sweat, again, the guy is just insane. That you have the matchup number 70 against number 90. That's just unfair, man. He is an athletic beast, but man, look at that. That's just way too easy. Already beat him. Also, Mustard for getting beat over the middle as well. That's just. I feel so bad for Justin Fields in this game, man, and the Bears were forced to punt afterwards. So the next situation we want to look at is a 3rd and 5 situation on the Bears' 3rd drive of the second half, or offensive drive on the second half, and this time Justin Fields once again getting sacked. The poor guy was getting beat up all night long. I mean, overall, just we can only look at the offensive line. I mean, it's just terrible line play overall. I think the better angle might be the end zone angle to just show you what I mean. No separation by the wide receivers as well, which doesn't help. But man, he just simply doesn't have time. Larry Borom, Braxton Jones all getting beat. And then you just see the big one. Sam Mustipher I mean, they kind of contain them, right, and want to reroute them. The problem is Justin Fields can't step up because the interior is getting beat as well. So tackle's getting beat, yeah, which is not that bad because he wants to step up right there. But right there, double team against, is it Allen, Jonathan Allen against Tevin Jenkins, and so Mustipher just beats them simply. And this is the big neck breaker because he can't step up in the pocket and gets killed right there to his leg. So very bad protection by the offensive line. And then later in that same drive, the Bears start off in a 1st and 10 situation. Luckily, there was a penalty. I forgot to mention that on the last play. So the Bears got lucky there, have now a 1st and 10 later on, and start off with a incompletion. I think the thought is okay, play action, get it into the flats just to your tight end. It's a pretty simple play call. You'll have just a motion over by Cole Kmet, who then just gets back over there. Right, motions over and then just goes into the flats. And Dante Pettis right there just runs a deep out route, which is pretty simple. You just want to get it into the flats to your tight end. And just sniffed it out right away. Both are locked up, basically. Not a great execution by the offense, just nothing you can do about it. For me, just defense sniffed that out all day. It's just a better defensive play. Not too bad of a call, actually, but when you look at it, defense sniffs it out right away. F.A. Obata doesn't fall for it, just goes after Justin Fields right away and forces the incompletion, as we will then have a 2nd and 10. The Bears were moving the ball on this drive, but man, like this play, there were lots of very horrible plays. Look at that, Ihmir Smith-Marsette just running into the offensive lineman's heels right there. Braxton Jones, I mean, that can also be dangerous, man. He could have injured himself badly right there. So, man, just go around him or more inside, but not a great execution on this play. Just looked absolutely horrible. As we'll then have something that didn't appear too much in this game, a missed throw by Justin Fields, which is okay. I mean, it happens. He can be off at times, especially with just the line letting so many people through. I bet at some point he's just beaten up. We'll have a go route by Darnell Mooney by David Montgomery. On this one, we're in empty formation, obviously. Then we have just a quick out, speed out by Dante Pettis, who receives the ball or just gets targeted on that play. And then we'll have just somewhat of a straight up slant. And then, is it an in and slant? It kind of looks awkward, just lots of short in routes right there by the Bears offense, by the rest of the players. I think it's a good decision. You got lots of leverage right there. He is open. Good route by Dante Pettis right there, but just Justin Fields this time missing it. He has time in the pocket. He has a clean pocket. That's not the issue. Just puts it into his inside shoulder, just forces him to turn, and Pettis not able to make that catch. Just need a better throw right there by the young quarterback. But that happens as the Bears will then have a 4th and 11, which is not a great situation to be in, but they're down, so they have to go for it. And then we'll just have a delay of game, which is obviously pretty tough as well. Delay of game, don't have to watch the end zone angle for this one. And then the Bears on 4th and 16. It's not a first down throw, nonetheless, so it wouldn't have mattered if Ihmir Smith-Marsette catches this one, but this still bothers me because it was a great throw by Justin Fields, and the wide receivers just do not seem to help out their young quarterback. You will have a dig route by Ihmir Smith-Marsette, who receives the ball as well, and then Cole Kmet goes out into the flats. As for the bottom of the screen, you'll have a over the ball by Darnell Mooney, and it looks like Dante Pettis is running a somewhat of a post curl in there as well, right? So this is the route combination for this one, or is it? No, it's an over route, excuse me, by Darnell Mooney. He just takes that guy away, and the middle is open. Justin makes the throw. That's the throw he didn't make, the 10-yard dig route. He didn't throw that earlier to, I think it was Darnell Mooney, and was just not confident in it. This time he throws it, and what happens? Hits his guy in the head, and he just simply can't make the catch. I mean, I was so excited for Ihmir Smith-Marsette, but man, he really is just making simple mistakes. You'll see it from this angle. Good protection. This happens when you give him some time to throw. Look at that. Good protection. I mean, Lucas Patrick somewhat gets beat, but that's enough time to get that throw off. Beautiful throw, very accurate, great placement, and I mean, it literally hits him in the head, right? So it is great placement, and yeah, just not able to make the catch. As we'll now look at the last drive for the Bears offense, the final drive of the entire game, starting it off on 1st and 10. Not starting it off great. We got some hope left, right? We can still win that game, but when we look at the end zone angle from this one, just center/guard Lucas Patrick absolutely gets murdered right there again by the defensive lineman. Right there, way too easy. Fields is hit and fumbles that football. I don't blame him for this one. Just really bad protection by the offensive line. Hopefully that somewhat gets better. I mean, Patriots have a good D-line, but not that of a talented one, so it should get at least a bit better. And this one is a beautiful completion right there. Big time throw by Justin Fields on 2nd and 15. Really love this concept. It worked out earlier before. You just have two 10 and outs right there by the outside receivers and the insides, just with 2 seam routes, and it just worked out perfectly. Dante Pettis once again with a beautiful route. He's such a great route runner. They utilized him wrong the first couple of weeks. They tried to just give him jump balls and stuff, which I didn't understand, but this is what Dante Pettis can do. Run some crisp routes, get some easy completions going. Love this one. Good timing, good throw towards the sideline, and really nice catch by Dante Pettis as well. Really love this one. And also, finally, once again, a clean pocket for Justin Fields. Like I said, this happens when you give him a good clean pocket to throw or to work with. Good read, good decision. He can step in there and make that throw. Beautiful execution by the offense. I want to see plays like that way more from now moving forward, as we'll then have a 3rd and 5. The Bears decide to go with a quick screen to David Montgomery. My God, just good execution by the offense overall. Really like this one. Get it out there quickly, and then great block right there by Larry Borom, falling forward for the easy 1st down completion, as we'll then have a big clutch money time play by Justin Fields. Nobody really open on this play, so Justin Fields just decides to scramble, take the game into his hands or his legs in this specific play right there, and just gets 39 yards with that scramble with 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Clutch play by the quarterback, just has nobody open. Good protection by the offensive line again, so love how they stepped up in the clutch time, even though it looked like the defensive linemen weren't even trying anymore because they were probably tired as hell. But great play by Justin Fields, scrambles right there, gets out of bounds, and now the Bears have the big controversial last couple of plays right there in the red zone. 1st and 10. Bears decide to start off with this one right there. Incompletion. Or is it even no? Justin Fields scrambling for, I think, a yard at least. And this one for me is personally on Justin Fields. This is where Justin Fields can win the game for the Bears. And I think it's a good design overall. You will have 3 routes on the right side, which is just around into the flats by Cole Kmet. You'll have Darnell Mooney, who runs somewhat of a clear over route, whatever, and then Amir Smith more set with a sit route. As for the left side, you'll have just David Montgomery acting like a blocker and then getting out into the flats, and Dante Pettis with another hitch or sit. And for me, this one is on Justin Fields. Why? Because yes, you can argue, David Montgomery was his 5th read and stuff, but by the end of the day, that's his check down. Running back right there into the flats is his check down, just like Cole Kmet is in this situation. And David Montgomery gets wide open on this play. And for me, the big problem is that Justin Fields escapes the pocket way too early. There's no pressure. The line has given him good pockets now several times in a row And on this one, it's just simply him panicking or whatever, seeing ghosts. I don't know. Because right in this situation, he decides to scramble out of it. And when you look at it, in that split second, David Montgomery gets open. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown into the flats. Why don't you just go through your progressions and stay patient. Instead, he scrambles to this side, just minimizes the field to 1/2 at this point right there. And yeah, just causes the Bears right there a touchdown on this play, which is obviously not great. I think you can argue with me about that, but for me, he really has to go through his progressions right there because he has time in the pocket and has a check down open late. So I would have loved for him to just work back to the check down, but he was not doing that at that certain situation. When we look at this angle as well, he just has all the time in the world right there. No reason for me why he escapes on this one. Just limits the field, limits his available options, and then scrambles out there for just a minimal amount of gain. As the Bears then have a 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Also a tough one because you have Darnell Mooney in the backfield as running back, which is special as well. And the play design for me overall is not bad. You will have him going into the flats, trying to just give an easy completion and touchdown right there. And that was probably a touchdown if it was not a batted ball. You have a hitch by Dante Pettis, and on the backside you'll have Cole Kmet with a dig. My man David Montgomery works into the flat, and Ihmir Smith-Marsette with another sit right there. And yeah, if that ball is not batted, if he gets it over the hands of the defensive lineman, that's probably a touchdown because look at that. He has room. Darnell Mooney has room right there. If he catches it right there and turns upfield, that's a touchdown. Obviously, there is a defender nearby him, but man, that would have been a touchdown. It would have been a touchdown, but just couldn't get it over the defender's hands. Good play by the defensive lineman right there. And yeah, the Bears have to now figure it out how to get it in within 2 plays, 3rd and goal. Good awareness by Dante Pettis on this play for me. Incompletion. I don't know what to say, guys. When we look at it from the other angle, I like the adjustment by Dante Pettis. For me, that could have been a pass interference for me as well because, man, when you look at it, that DB had his hands into right there. The hands are all the way into Dante Pettis' hands, so that could have easily been in pass interference as well by the ref. So for me, that's a missed call. And also great throw by Justin Fields, finds him late. Good read, good decision, puts up a good ball. It hits him right into the hands, but for me, that's just a simple pass interference maybe, or a good play just by the defense, right? But this was really tough as the Bears then go for it on 4th down, game on the line, and wide receiver 1, Darnell Mooney, just not able to make that catch. When you look at the play, it's just pretty simple. He gives him just an inside release fade. Pan gives him a quick little inside release and then goes out there and tries to catch that football. Other side, we'll have just slant routes right there by Ihmir Smith-Marsette. And is it Dante Pettis? Yeah, and David Montgomery also gets out there on a swing route. And yeah, good ball, good decision for me. It's okay. But man, as for the wide receivers, we just have to make this one. You are the wide receiver 1, or you want to be the wide receiver 1. You have to come down with this ball. He high points it perfectly. Beautiful ball. Good route, too. Like, he sold it perfectly. Had some separation there. And then just can't hang on to it. And then on the second one, grabs it, but just short of the end zone. And the Bears just couldn't finish this game off with more than 7 points, which was obviously tough. Right there, we can watch it again. Beautifully high points it. Great concentration. Good positioning off his body. Just couldn't reel this one in. So for a quick little conclusion, I think overall the Bears did an okay job against the Washington Commanders. Biggest problems for me was just simply play calling at certain situations because we just didn't rely on the run on this one. We were 5 yards away from the end zone. Why not just try it for once? Because the passes has shown the entire game that the line can't hold up too long, or the wide receivers are not able to get open. So I didn't understand that decision, but overall I thought Luke Getsy called a okay game. Biggest problem overall was offensive line not holding up at all. Offensive linemen getting just beat left and right, and then also the wide receivers not getting open if the line actually blocked well. So overall, it's just still the problem since week 1. Execution is just not there. Against the Vikings, it was better. They moved the ball well. But for me, at the moment, it's just overall a mix of everything that's not working out. And as soon as the Bears just have it clicking for once. Have one game where they really click as a unit, because they haven't played a perfect game yet, and nobody's expecting that to happen. But overall, man, we just need to get somewhat of a rhythm in there and score in the red zone. Those are massive problems. You can drive down the field as much as you want with big plays by whatever. Darnell Mooney, Khalil Herbert with that big 64-yard run, right? Justin Fields, 29-yard run, 39-yard run at the end of the game as well. Just clutch plays. But by the end of it, it doesn't matter if you can't just simply punch it into the end zone. So I expect them to have somewhat of a bounce back game against the New England Patriots, or I hope at least they will have a bounce back game, because this won't be easy. That's again primetime football for the Bears, which is not great because we never play good in these games, but hopefully we can just provide the Bears fans with some good offensive football, which would definitely give me some hope for the upcoming games and the next couple of seasons, because man, the game against the Commanders was really a tough one, and hopefully the Bears are able to bounce back. But with that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, guys. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Bears' offensive performance against Washington. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.